Hello, now we've got Persephone and Hades. After defeating the Titans, the gods divided the universe among themselves. Zeus became ruler of the heavens and the earth. His brother Poseidon claimed the oceans. His second brother, Hades, received the underworld, the endless underground caverns that were the realm of the dead. The underground kingdom was a gloomy place. At times it grew too stifling for Hades. He longed to breathe fresh air and feel the warm sun on his skin. Whenever he felt this way, he would hitch 4 black horses to his chariot and ride through a cave beneath Mount Etna that led to the world above. Here, Hades found his special place, a quiet valley where he enjoyed lying on the grass and picking flowers. Hades thought no one else knew about the valley. He was wrong. Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and her son Eros came here too. One spring day, as they rested beneath the trees, Eros said to his mother, "Why did you allow Zeus and his brothers to divide the universe? Why didn't you demand a realm for yourself?" Aphrodite answered with a smile, "Why should I settle for a kingdom when all of creation is mine? The gods rule the universe, but I rule the gods." "What do you mean?" Eros asked. "What god or human can resist the power of love?" said Aphrodite. "When they fall in love, I become their master." "That's true for most," said Eros. "However, I know someone who is immune to your power." "Who is that?" Aphrodite asked. "That dark fellow there," said Eros, and he pointed to Hades, who was driving his chariot through the hidden valley. "You think so?" Aphrodite answered. "Give me your bow and one of your arrows. I will prove you wrong." Eros's arrows had a special power. Anyone they struck fell in love immediately. Aphrodite fitted the arrow to the bowstring. She took careful aim. The arrow flew straight to its mark, striking deep into the heart of Hades. Hades clutched his chest. "What is this?" he asked himself. "Something strange is happening." He drove across the meadow, sighing like a young man in love. I'm going to be a little bit naughty and bend the book back here so you can see the picture whilst I read the next part. "I love trees, I love flowers, I love sunshine," Hades sang to himself. And most of all, across the meadow, he saw a young woman gathering flowers. Her name was Persephone. She was the daughter of Demeter, who ruled over crops, plants, and all growing things. "I love you," Hades cried. He turned his horses and galloped towards her, blowing kisses and shouting, "Beautiful maiden, how I adore you! Marry me, be mine forever." Persephone let out a shriek. The ruler of the underworld was frightening enough. Seeing him in love was absolutely terrifying. Persephone clutched her basket and ran. Hades pursued her. "Let me look at your beautiful face. Do not run away." "Mother, help me!" Persephone screamed. Hades caught her around the waist as his chariot swept by. The ground split in two. Hades drove his horses through the opening. The ground closed, leaving nothing behind but an empty chair and a basket of wild flowers scattered upon the grass. Demeter went mad with grief when Persephone failed to return from the meadow. She searched the world by day and by night, seeking her missing daughter. The sun, the moon, and the stars helped her, but not a trace of Persephone they could find. Demeter continued searching. She travelled on until she came to the island of Sicily. There she found a long linen sash tangled in a thorn bush. Demeter recognised it as one that she had woven for Persephone. "My daughter has been here," Demeter cried. She called on the birds and insects to help her search. They explored every pebble, every blade of grass, until they found Persephone's basket and a trail of wild flowers leading from it. The flowers led Demeter to the riverbank, where she discovered the tracks of chariot wheels leading to a crack in the earth. "Hades has kidnapped Persephone," Demeter cried. "I will go to Zeus. He must command Hades to set her free." Demeter hurried to Mount Olympus. She demanded that Zeus order Hades to release her daughter. "I cannot," Hades said. "Hades is my brother, not my subject. I cannot make him do anything." "Hear me, Zeus," Demeter said. "If Persephone is not returned, I will curse the earth. No rain will fall. Crops will shrivel in the fields. The world will become a lifeless wasteland if Persephone does not come back to me." "I will try and help you," Zeus promised. He spoke to Hermes, the messenger of the gods. "Go with Demeter to Hades. Try to persuade my brother to do what is right." Hermes guided Demeter through the gates of the underworld. They crossed the river Styx and journeyed through endless caverns until they came before the Lord of the Dead. Hades sat on his throne. Persephone sat beside him, wearing a golden crown. Demeter threw her arms wide and shouted, "Persephone, my daughter, I have come to free you from this realm of shadows." "Mother, I'm so glad to see you," Persephone exclaimed. Something about her disturbed Demeter. She expected Persephone to look frightened. Instead, her daughter seemed happy. "Demeter, Hermes, welcome to my kingdom," said Hades. "I hope you can stay with us a while." "I came to take back my daughter. I will not stay here one moment longer than I have to," Demeter snapped. "But I don't want to leave," said Persephone. "Hades was wrong to carry me off, but he is sorry and I have forgiven him. He could not help himself. Aphrodite had struck him with an arrow and so he fell in love. I believe she had an arrow for me, for I have fallen in love too. Hades is good and kind, Mother. He tries hard to please me, and there is so much to see and learn in this world below ground. The spirits of the dead no longer frighten me. They need comfort, which I can give them. I have important work down here. I want to stay." "You cannot stay," said Demeter. "Give back Hades' crown. You are coming with me." "Persephone may be your daughter, but she is now my wife," Hades said. "You cannot take her from me if she does not want to go." Hermes stepped in to settle the matter. Turning to Hades, he said, "You took Persephone without her mother's consent. According to the laws of the world above, this marriage is not valid." He turned to Demeter. "According to the laws of the world below, no soul, living or dead, may leave this place if it has eaten anything, even if it were as small as a pomegranate seed." He looked at Persephone. "Have you eaten anything since Hades brought you here?" "Only 6 pomegranate seeds," Persephone answered. "I was hungry." "Then she must remain," crowed Hades. "I will destroy the world if she does," Demeter threatened. "Help me, Hermes," Persephone pleaded. "How can I satisfy my husband and my mother?" I'm going to do that slightly naughty bending of the page so you can see the picture again, and I'll keep reading. "I know a way," said Hermes. "Because you ate 6 pomegranate seeds, you must remain in the underworld for 6 months of the year. For the other 6 months, you must return to the world above to be with your mother." "Thank you, Hermes," said Persephone. "How lucky I am. I have my mother and my husband. I have the world above and the world below. Let us celebrate, for you have made us all so happy." Perhaps, but not quite. For 6 months of the year, when Persephone leaves the underworld, Demeter's joy overflows. She blesses the earth. Crops ripen in the fields. Trees bring forth fruit. Warmth and light fill the world in this time of plenty. We call these seasons spring and summer. When spring and summer pass, Persephone must return to the underworld to be with her husband Hades. The world turns cold and barren. Icy winds bring frost and snow. People huddle around fires to keep warm, but they do not lose hope. They know that spring will come again and that Persephone will always return.